finishing the 100 levels of Parkour 2. This is the second map, which I don't think I knew in the first video. But we're going to be finishing it. We ended the first video on level 69, and we're going to play through until level 100. And as you can see, I once again changed my VTuber, and I'm just gonna say it now, I'm probably the most indecisive person on the planet, so I promise you this is not the final one. I'm going to keep doing this, and I think I will probably continue to do this forever. But I essentially mixed the pixel art VTuber with the, like, it's not traditional, but you know, the hand-drawn one, I don't know. I mixed the two, and I changed up how I did the African hunting dog spots on the like traditional drawn one, I guess. That one had spots on the skin, which I think looks really good on a character with dark skin, but I don't think it translates as well on someone with lighter skin, because African hunting dogs, their actual base color is dark brown, so it doesn't look as good on white skin. So I've changed it to be my hair instead, which I think looks a lot better, or at least works better than the other one. Yeah, that's what the character is an African hunting dog. I can show you the full one. And I will admit, if anyone follows me on Twitter, I drew Tubbo in pixel art and then said, oh, actually that kind of works for my VTuber, so I just edited the Tubbo art that I did. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll have already kind of seen this. But yeah, we're going to be finishing the 100 levels, which I don't remember, to be honest, if I did the mushroom level or not. Like if I finished level 69 or if I ended before level 69, I don't know. But we're going to just quickly run through level 69 now. And then, oh god, okay, we're on fire. There we go. Up we go. Yeah. And I figure we can just ramble about stuff. I guess I could talk about the newest updates for Minecraft. Oh, I was doing that wrong. I would say my feelings on the newest update, actually, you know what, I was gonna say mostly positive, extremely negative, which is a big switch up, but it's because all the stuff that I like about the new update is coming in 1.20.5, not 1.21. So literally all the bits that I like about this new update are not stuff that are coming in the new update. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I don't not like it. I think it is all good. It's just not even slightly for me. Like, not a single thing they've added is something that interests me in any way. I don't like the trial chambers. I think other people will like them, so I'm fine with them being in the game. And I really genuinely do not like the breeze, though. That one I wish they would change the way it looks. It doesn't fit into the game. I don't think it fits into the game. As a concept, it's fine, I think. It's just the model just doesn't work for me. All of the other things as well, you get like a breeze charge or something. I'm not into that. I don't like the way that is. Other people do, again, so I'm like, fine. You know, I'm fine with it being in the game if at least some people like it, but I'm not into it. I do like the copper blocks that are added with the trial chamber. I like them a lot, actually, so I'm okay with that. I think they look great. I really like the bog weapon that we got, I can't remember what it's called. It might just be the bugged. But I like him quite a lot. I really like him. I think he really fits. Especially with the new. There was the original model, and then they updated it to make it look better. I really like the new model. I think it really fits. It works well. My other thing. What's the other things that are added? What else is added? Oh, we just found out about the new weapon, which I don't, how do I explain this? I don't like it, at all. I don't like the way it looks, but I figure we're in, like, the earliest testing phase possible for the hammer. So I'm assuming that if other people have the same opinion that it's ugly as hell, then it will be changed. So I'm not that fussed about that, because I do think most people agree it does not look good. But just as an item, I think it's essentially useless. Like, I really don't think we need more weapons. And even if other people think we do, I think a hammer is not the type of weapon that we need. If we were going, well, you know what, okay, I'm not against it being added. I'm against it being the only weapon type, like, new weapon they add. I think, like, overall, I think that everything being added is just not for me. I don't think anything is like, this shouldn't be in the game except the breeze. And even the breeze, I'm not against the general concept, I just don't like the execution. I don't like the way he looks. He looks fine, it just doesn't look like it's in Minecraft. It looks like I don't know. It also really reminds me of the guy from, what's it called? I want to say the Magic Roundabout, but actually, what is it called? I think the Magic Roundabout or something. Yeah, the Magic Roundabout. There's these two guys, they look weird. One of them looks like the breeze. Which I like again. Well, no, I am against the way the breeze looks. I don't like him. Which I think I've only just realized that's maybe why I don't like him, because he does look very similar to that guy from the Magic Roundabout. But the stuff that I do like that is coming is all in 1.20.5. Mainly the new dog types, including an African hunting dog. So I'm losing my mind, as you can imagine. They're my favorite animal. I got so excited when I don't watch the Minecraft Weekly, is it? I don't watch it because it's really irritating. I think it's aimed for kids, so that makes sense. I don't think it's fun. I watch it on 2x speed every time, which sucks because I do like childish stuff. Like, I love Minecraft Live every year. That's always fun, but I just do not like Minecraft Weekly. It just, you know. But I did watch it that time. I did watch it that time because of the title, and then when they hinted at it by showing, I can't remember, like, the little legs of the African hunting dog, I got so excited I stood up from my chair, which hasn't happened in a while, and I don't think has ever happened for Minecraft. I got very excited when they were adding camels, but I didn't, like, physically get up off of my seat. But for the African hunting dog, I did. I love African hunting dogs so much. Like, they're my favorite animal, but I'm not normal about it. They're so scraggly looking. And I don't know, they're really pretty. They're also called many other things, by the way. If you don't know what that is, it's African hunting dog, African wild dog, or African painted dog, which I think is the most well-known name. I grew up knowing them as African hunting dogs, and then I got Planet Zoo and found out that they can be called other things too, which I hadn't known. But that's what my VTuber is. That's what my favorite animal is. So I'm so excited, and I do love I was always kind of like, we should do like what we did with dogs, or like what we did with cats, and have them split so that you have the wolves and then the dogs. But where am I going? But I actually really like I think I did that wrong. Where am I? I actually really like the way that they did this. I think it works really well. And it's fun. I don't know, I just really like it. Yeah, I like it a lot more than the concept of splitting wolves and dogs, because it would, ocelots are kind of useless, which I will say, the argument that we should only add animals that are useful is insane to me, because I was thinking about it and I was like, what animals does nobody complain about, right? And I would argue an animal nobody complains about is parrots, which are useless. The only uses they have are they can be tamed and they dance if you put on music. That's not useful. And then I was like, okay, by the logic of, where the hell am I going? By the oh, backwards. No. Where? Oh, I see. By the logic of, oh, there's a big spider on my wall. What was I saying? By the logic of, it's useful if you can tame it, then I would argue it's useful that it's cute. Like, being tamed. Where did the spider go? I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, I just don't like the argument at all anyway, because I don't think they need to be useful to be added to the game. I do think it's better if they're useful. But, like, I promise you, I will never use Wolf Armor, ever. I will never use Wolf Armor. Maybe if they make it cuter, I might, but right now, I will never use it. But I think the armadillo is cool. I think with the updated texture, it's really cute. I really like it. And that's coming from someone who did not vote for the armadillo. So I'm down. I'm down for animals to be useless, because most of them are to me. Like, I'm thinking of Alex's Mobs mod, which adds like a lot of animals. I add that mod into every mod pack I make, and I don't think I've ever used any of the animals for what their use actually is. Like, I have never done anything in that mod, but I still download it every time because it makes the world feel alive, which is what I want. I want more animals that are just there. They can be useful, I don't care, but I also don't care if they're not useful. And I just do think that, yeah, the argument that what people think is useful is insane to me, because, like, with the dogs and with the cats, you could argue they have other uses, which actually they do. You wouldn't just argue it, you'd be right. But with the parrot, I really think their only use is being tamed and being cute. That's it, they don't do anything. So, by the logic of being tameable is useful, I think being collectible is useful as well. I think just existing in a capacity where you can go out and collect them and bring them back and put them somewhere, I think that makes the animal useful. And I have people will argue that that's not correct which I understand, but at that point, stop arguing that things that are tameable are useful just because they're tameable, because they're not. The parrots don't do anything. I think they're cool. I like that they're in the game, and I enjoy collecting them and taming them, but they don't do anything, and there's no point in arguing that they do. By the way, I've never seen anyone argue the parrots are useful. I've just never seen anyone argue that they're not. It's always like, oh, the bats are useless. Actually, you know what? What the hell are people complaining about? What animal has Mojang added recently that's been useless? Like, I can't think of any. Oh, shit. Like, I guess people are mad about the mob vote animals, but they're always useful. So what are you arguing? I'm like genuinely confused now. What's the argument? Because I don't think they've added anything useless. I'm genuinely trying to think when's the last time they added something that's actually useless. Like, at all. Ever. And I don't think they've ever added a mob that was useless. Like, every mob that I can think of has a use, except bats, but that's okay because they're there for the ambience. I don't know. I don't know where the argument's coming from. And I don't agree with it anyway. Like, if they want to add more useless mobs, I'd be down for it because, I think we need more, like, birds and stuff. Like, again, if they want to add uses, I'm totally down for it. But I don't think we're ever going to have a world that feels full of life. If people keep getting mad when they add things that they deem useless. Like, oh god, I just personally don't think it matters all that much. But anyway, I really like okay, what was I supposed to do there? I really like the new wolves, but those are coming in 1.20.5, so those aren't a 1.20.1. No, those aren't a 1.21 feature. It's a 1.20.5, so it's not even coming in the new update, which I think actually, how am I meant to? I actually think that means that 1.20 is like a really big update. Oh my god. To be fair, they did say that they were making, like, I think 1.20 was the last big update. 1.20's been out for so long. I really am just so sick of it. I think that the fact that I'm not interested in 1.21, the fact that I'm not interested in 1.21, the fact that I'm not interested in 1.21 kind of ruins or messes with my head anyway. I'm like, waiting for the next update, but the next update's not something that I'm into, like, at all. Now, genuinely, how do I do this? Oh, I see. I'm doing this wrong. I'm gonna wait for it to go down and go back up again. Yeah, I just don't think that people are too mean to Mojang. Okay, I had to do that entire level in silence because I was genuinely about to kill someone. I think people are too mean to Mojang, which I think specifically they're too mean to the individual developers. As a corporation, I don't really care if people bully Mojang. It's when they go after specific developers that I'm like, get over yourself. I highly doubt they had anything to do with this. And And even if they did, what does it matter to you? They're just doing their job. You know what makes me mad? As someone who has made games and as someone who has made mods, shut up. You know, the whole argument of modders are better than Mojang. No. No. It's significantly harder to make a video game than it is to make a mod. And it's significantly harder to add things to your video game than to make a mod. And okay, it's also specifically that like there are so many protocols that they have to go through to make sure that this thing is good for the game. Like, people complain about the stuff that they add, but like the amount of stuff that they probably have to scrap, even though it's like really close to the end of development, right? I do think some of the rules are complete and utter bullshit and are just excuses. Like, there's absolutely no way they didn't add the fireflies because frogs eat, if they're toxic to frogs in real life, that's why they didn't add them. And the reason I think that's bullshit is because in real life, if you feed parrots cookies or chocolate, they die. So in Minecraft, if you feed a parrot a chocolate cookie, they die. Like, could you not have just added them, had the frogs, like, make the frogs AI avoid them, make the frogs AI not eat them, maybe add flies instead that they could eat, so you add flies and fireflies. They can eat the flies, they don't eat the fireflies, and if you try and feed them fireflies, they die. It's that simple. Also, the argument against adding sharks into Minecraft makes me mad, because it's just excuses. Like, it's all bullshit. You could so easily add sharks into Minecraft. Like, it wouldn't be that hard, and also no children wouldn't want to grow up to be like shark hunters or something. Where am I meant to go here? Oh, their whole argument is that they don't want to make sharks aggressive because they don't want kids growing up to think that sharks are aggressive, but they don't want to make them passive because they don't want kids to grow up thinking that sharks are okay to be around. But my argument is, kids don't grow up thinking creepers are real. Kids don't grow up thinking zombies are real. Like, have some faith. Children aren't stupid, and Minecraft isn't their only source of information. Like, I just think it's stupid. I think it's a stupid argument. And it does feel very condescending, because I'm gonna be honest, I think a lot of Minecraft's demographic are a lot older now. I do think that they're always going to have a majority of, like, majority children as an audience, but, like, everyone that grew up with Minecraft is, like, in their 20s now, right? So, have some faith in the adults that play your game. Like, I know that children still play it, and children will always still play it, but I don't know, I just think it's stupid. I will always defend Mojang though, because I do think they get way too much shit for making a good game. Like, I think it's the thing that everyone forgets is that this is a video game that came out, like, what, 15 years ago? I think it's been maybe less than that. Like, yeah, 15 might be right. It came out. When did it come out? I don't know. It's been at least 10 years, I know that. Right, so this is a game that's been out for at least 10 years. And not only is it updated yearly, it's updated in massive ways. The game now versus when it first came out is unrecognizable. It's a million times better. And the fact that people are still mad that they are continuing to update this game, like, I just think it's crazy that people are mad at them. Like, this is insane for a game that came out that long ago to not only still be updating, but to be updating regularly for free and takes inputs from the community. Like, it's insane. Mojang, it's hated on every step of the way. I think probably tells you why they don't, like other games don't do this. Like, I do think it's crazy that people are so angry about it. Whoa, there's this song, it's a parody of We Didn't Start the Fire. We Didn't Rig the Mob Vote. I can't remember who it's by. It's very good, but it's kind of in defense of Mojang about the mob vote, which I like, and it's also just very catchy. But it's like, with a game this size, there will be compromises. Like, yeah, this game is fucking massive. They're not gonna add everything that you want. And I do understand the whole, they don't add enough. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. Okay, I thought I went backwards for a second. I don't agree with it, but I get it. I don't know. I personally think they're doing a great job. Like, even though they're adding stuff that I don't care about even slightly, I think they're doing fine. Or even they're doing good. Like, I don't know. I just don't have that much energy to be mad about it. Although obviously, as you can probably tell, I do have the energy to be mad at the people who are mad about it, but it's fine. I'm very excited about 1.20.5. 1.21, not into it. I wish it would just come out already, just so that I can, you know, get excited for 1.22. Because I will be sad when they stop updating. I mean, it'll be completely understandable, and honestly, years and years overdue. But it will be sad when we finally reach the end. Oh my god, when we finally reach the end of the Minecraft updates. I wonder when will be the end. Like, I wonder if they have a set number in mind, or are they just gonna keep going until they run out of ideas? If they go until they run out of ideas, I feel like they'd be going for a very long time, though. Or maybe they just have a year in mind. Like, are they gonna end on 1.26, or are they going to push to 30, or... I think it would be funny to push to 32, just... Well, then you could make jokes that the game is half done, which... While funny, I don't think the developers would appreciate that. I don't know. I mean, again, I'll be fine with it, even if they're ending it after this update, which I hope not, and I doubt they are, but if they do, I'd be fine with it. Like, I would rather they didn't, just because I'd be a bit sad if they ended on an update that I don't care about, but ultimately, you'd be fine. Deep Slate Emerald Ore. Okay. Oh, I'm meant to be quiet, am I? I was just running. No. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not dealing with this shit. I'm sorry, but that's my one problem with this game. With this map, there's always one level in each game that's just not fun. Like, I'm here to do parkour and not fight a warden, and I'm not doing it. Like, I don't care that it's a part of your game, I'm just not going to do it. I'm tired. This was meant to be a short video. I'm not gonna fight a warden. That's something I saw. If you, at the hammer, the height that you jump from adds to your adds to your damage that you're dealing, and you don't take fall damage as long as you hit. So you end up, so you can kill a warden if you fall from jump height or from build height. You can kill a warden in one hit, which, you know what, I'm totally down for. That's actually pretty cool. I do still, I've talked about it a million times, I'm not going to go into it again. I've talked about it a million times, so I'm not going to go into it again, but I don't like the warden. I like his concept, I like the idea. I don't like the fact that he's impossible to kill, and I don't like the fact that you don't get a reward for doing it. And also, I just think the general balance of the Deep Dark is off, because it's so hard for nothing. Like, you get nothing. There's nothing in the Deep Dark that I want to get, and I understand that it's meant to be like, you want to just explore for the sake of going to it, which I have done a few times, but, like, I don't think that that should be, I don't think that should be the reason to do your thing. Like, I don't think my only incentive should be just because it's fun, because at that point, I'll do it once and then never again. Or not just because it's fun, just because of the novelty of it, is what I meant. How many do I need? Oh. Like, I don't know. I just think that there should be more reward. I really do think, okay, this is my biggest want for, genuinely, I think that Mojang could do 2 more updates and then end the game. Like, finish the game's development, right? I think they can do an end update, which maybe they do last, or maybe they do second last. Either way, I think it would work. Do you think the poetic of, you know, the poeticness of having the end update be the last update is nice? But the other thing, the 2 updates that I desperately want more than anything, the end update and the update where they add the warden dimension, because you cannot look me in the eyes and tell me that isn't a portal, because it is. It just is, and I hope that they add a dimension or something. It doesn't even have to be cool or fancy or anything, just another dimension would be fun. Adding that, and then that gives you an incentive to get into the Deep Dark. And I think the whole point of the warden is that you're not meant to kill it, which I think is stupid. I think it's stupid. So I think what they should do instead is make the warden really hard, because it drops a key when you kill it, or like, I don't know, a portal igniter or something like that. You know, something that makes it, that makes the portal open. I don't know, maybe it's just a boring dimension with some stuff in it, but I think even a boring dimension is at least a little bit incentive to go and kill the warden. Like, I know if that was the reason to kill the warden, I would do it. Which I think is better than right now, which is that I wouldn't even bother, because that's so boring. Like, the only way to kill it is to cheat. You have to lock him in a little hole, and then stand far back enough that he can't hit you, and then just shoot him with arrows, which is boring. Like, that's such a boring way to kill him. But that is just how you kill him. You can't do it any other way. So I think they fix him and then make him drop a key, because that would be so fun. Or not a key, but you know what I mean, like a gateway key or something. Just a way to get into this other dimension. Like, I don't even know what it could possibly be. It could be something so boring. I don't really care. I I just want something, because they did say they're not going to add any more big updates, which is fine. I think everyone would be fine with them splitting updates in half. But as long as it was cohesive, like they did with the caves and cliffs, they split that in half. I think everyone would be fine with that if it meant we got some cool stuff. I say everyone, there's always going to be people who aren't. But I think the majority of people would be fine with it. Like if they added a warden dimension and split the update in half, where half of it is, I don't know, like maybe the world gen or something, and then the other half is like bosses or something. Or a boss even, if the first update was like the biomes and maybe some animals or something, and then the second half of the update is a boss and maybe like the tower that it's in or something cool like that. I think everyone would be fine with it. Like, that would be cool. I'd be totally down with it. I really do think that they maybe should have been doing that anyway. I think it would have been a lot better for developer health. I think people would have been much happier splitting the work like that. But I mean, they've gotten this far, so I don't know. I don't know how it all works, really. So maybe it would not have worked out better. And maybe splitting updates is stupid and not something that they want to do. I mean, there's probably a reason they don't split updates, because they'd never done it before until they literally had to, and they didn't sound happy about it. So I don't know, maybe it's really hard and sucks or something, I don't know. The end update though, I am excited because I did see a developer said that it's not, can't remember what they said, but they hinted essentially that it's not impossible, like they might do it. I think they essentially said maybe, which is better than a no. I don't know that that really means anything. They probably still won't do it, but it's a maybe, which means they could. And I think it is probably the next most requested thing. The most requested thing being the dogs, or the wolves. So I do think that, I think there's a possibility the fact that they added the wolves probably only because people were so in demand about it, right? We did it. I can't get the elytra though. Okay, I think probably because they were so in demand about it, that's why they added the wolves. So I think that it's totally possible that they added, I think it's totally possible that they do an end dimension. I think it'd be fun, I don't know. I've never noticed those particles change shapes. That's very cool. Yeah, it won't let me pick up the elytra, so I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one.